The New World Order, Bishop Grady Lane, y'all know what the fuck going on this BFN Report. So, House Judiciary Chair member Gerald Nadler is actually going to be requesting documents from over 60 different like Trump allies and Trump involved organizations and people who've been involved with them or whatever. So across his businesses, basically trying to get up enough evidence for an obstruction of justice case to be put against him. Now it's pretty obvious that he was obstructing justice when he fired James Comey amidst the FBI investigation into this Russian collusion situation. But that Michael Cohen testimony last week actually brought a lot of truth to the plate. Other people in Congress are actually trying to find other cases against him, and they're going to be looking to sit down and interview his CFO, Alan Weisselberg, and his son, Donald Trump Jr., and the Justice Department. We'll see how this pans out. Green Wall and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady Lane, y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report. So, 29 Central American parents have actually entered the U.S. Through Mexico, obviously, with immigrant rights groups, religious officials, basically demanding to be reunited with their children. So ever since last year, they actually been separated from their children at the border while trying to migrate into the country illegally, and they were deported. Now, in them being deported, their kids are still being held in the detention centers over here. Now, mind you, if y'all follow me, y'all know what I've been talking about as far as they don't even have a good tracking of all of the people all of the kids that are in these detention centers. So, shit is getting real hectic. And motherfuckers is demanding to see their kids. Imagine being without your kids for a week or 2 weeks or a year or 2 years. I mean, it's getting real like that. So stay tuned, man. Green Wall and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady Lane, y'all know what the fuck going on. So Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar has been going through it. She's actually a very young lady, very pretty lady, and actually one of the 2 first Muslim Americans to be in Congress. And they're women, and both of them were women. So, as you can imagine, they've been facing all sorts of discrimination, especially from white men. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real, especially from Republicans in the right wing. So, in the state capital of West Virginia, they actually had a poster that was up that showed a picture of like the World Trade Center buildings being blown up and all of that. And it had a picture of Ilhan Omar in front of it. And it said something to the likes of, you said you would never forget, I am the proof that you forgot. So this is just like straight Islamophobic, all Muslims are terrorists type rhetoric, and it could get somebody hurt, so they need to cut it out. Green Wall and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady Lane, y'all know what the fuck going on. So if y'all been following, y'all already know it's been some tension between Pakistan and India, from the downing of fighter pilots and bombings and attacks on soldiers. So but this past weekend, Pakistan actually returned one of India's fighter pilots who, was on a fighter jet that they had shot down. And they returned him, so that was like a gesture of peace and of a willingness to, end the beef. But at the same time, there's a lot of on the ground fighting, which I guess you can't control everything, where actually 5 people were killed and 2 were injured. And Kashmir, India. So, but Pakistanis are saying that they, that were at the bordering town, were actually saying that they had to run away from firing as well. So, on a major scale, it seems like tensions are easing, but on the ground level, who knows? Green Wall and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady Lane, y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report. And the murder continues. Over there in Israel, they actually shot and killed 3 Palestinians because they were accused of ramming a car into an Israeli vehicle. Just another instance where the Palestinians may have done something out of protest and nobody gets hurt on the Israeli side, but then the Israelis take action and they murder Palestinians. So the United Nations has already called them out last week for actually being, possibly having committed crimes against humanity and war crimes, international war crimes. So for the reason of basically shooting out these unarmed Palestinians, and in a lot of cases kids and journalists and all of that. So shit is getting real ill over there. Maybe with Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, getting indicted, it'll shed a lot of light to the corruption and treachery over there. Green War and graduation. New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on. So, opposition leader in Venezuela, Juan Guaido, is actually returning to Venezuela after visiting a bunch of Latin American countries, including Brazil, to link up with, somebody with dictatorial tendencies over there. Bolsonaro. You know what I mean? A racist dude that really want to be all like pro-military, pro-fascist and type of one of them motherfuckers. And at the end of the day, this is it's looking like it could be more drama because he could be facing arrest when he returns. And then he's saying out loud that would be the amount of a coup d'etat by Maduro's government. Maduro being the current official president, Nicolas Maduro. But everyone wants to acknowledge that he's not the president and acknowledge this other dude because they feel like Maduro's run the country into the ground, and probably for other ulterior motives. Green War and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So over in Algeria, Africa, that's at the top of Africa for those who don't know, where them people look kind of Arab, you feel me? But over in Algeria, the current president, Abdelaziz Bouteflika, has actually said that he's going to run for a 5th term. So this old ass Negro has actually been in power ever since 1999. So, like I said, a lot of other times, it's like the rise of the dictators out here or whatever, but people have been taken to the streets real crazily, especially at the capital of Algeria, protesting against his presidency. The old ass man even said that he's not going to he's not going to finish his full term if he's elected. He's going to host elections a year later. So all of this is kind of seeming shady, like he wants to be in control of who he passes the power down to and all of that. I mean, that's how it seems. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Green War and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So over in Oakland, California, the teachers have actually closed a deal with the school districts where they were able to get an 11% raise after striking for 7 days. So this shows you the power of the people, you feel me? Because they were essentially protesting. They wanted more money, smaller class sizes, and more resources for the students. And they ended up getting an 11% raise and a 3% bonus actually. So, you know, is it pennies compared to what they should be getting? Most likely, but you know, they still got some progress, more than they would have got if they did nothing. So, you know, stay focused out here, man. Green War and graduation. Support the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So over this past weekend, actually on Sunday, tornadoes actually ripped through Alabama. There's at least 23 people dead, 12 all coming from a particular county, Lee County. A lot of them were near Olapika, Alabama, and there were a total of 12 tornadoes that hit Georgia and Alabama. So, you know, that lets you know what times we're in regarding this climate change era. Renewable energy, man. You already know the slogan. Green, War, and graduation. Support the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So, y'all remember Stephon Clark, the 22-year-old kid that was actually murdered in his own backyard by police, unarmed, at the age of 22 last year, whatever. This happened at, it so happens that actually the officers were not charged with his killing, you know, which is a big deal. They were responding to a call about vandalism, but they killed this man in his own backyard, this young man, and said he had his gun on him, his cell phone. It's fucked up. Now, in the past year or so, it's actually seems like there's been a, justice has actually been on the side of, like, you know, black people who've been shot and murdered in cold blood unfairly by police. And you know, that's even sad to say by itself, but this is kind of divergence from that. So we'll see what happens. Hey, yo, watch yourself out here, man. Watch what cell phones you got when you around law enforcement. Green War and graduate.